Welcome to e-learning platform initiated by Science Park, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Here we are with part 3 for standard 6, in which we are covering chapter 5 from SSC board and chapter 6 from CBSE board. The name of the session is Substances, Their States and Properties. Let's revisit our last video, where we first saw how state of a matter changes and how they are interconvertible. In case of water, we saw all that. Then we saw the cycle of changes of states and the processes which are involved in it. Now, how do we measure the temperature in any change or anywhere? With the help of thermometer. So we learned all the details of thermometer. We saw even the demonstration how to measure the temperature on a thermometer, which we use in chemistry laboratory. I demonstrated you an experiment where we boiled water, so we saw process of boiling and condensation. We saw where we learned where we use these changes of physical state in daily use. What products do we use daily which are made by changing their phases? And lastly, we saw demonstration of sublimation of Bhimseni Kapoor. Now this is the last video of this session where we will cover these subtopics. First we will see how do we identify different substances and objects around us. And we have to interrogate what different phases, different materials, different substances are used to make one single object around us. Then we'll see properties of substances, in which we will see in detail all these properties. And lastly, we will see metals and their properties, because metals are very important. They are all around us and we use metals for various purposes everywhere. And we'll see all these properties of metals one by one. To learn various properties of substances around us, you have to identify various substances around you, objects around you, and then you have to learn about their properties as we are learning it here. From this moment, you will be observing closely all the objects and substances around you, and we will discuss it at the discussion meeting. Now here you are seeing some objects like earthen pots, Cadbury candies. There's Rasgiravadi in between. There are some chalks. What will happen if I break them? Or if I put some pressure on them, they'll break into small pieces. What will happen if I throw a glass bulb? It will definitely break into smaller pieces of glass. So all these materials which break into small pieces or particles are called as brittle, and the property is called as brittleness. Next property is hardness. We generally use hard metals or metals which shows hardness as a property for coins. What if we use foam for coins? Anyone can break them, cut them into pieces. But what about copper coins? It is not easy to cut them into pieces. We generally see these yellow helmets for those workers who are working on factory desks or where there is construction going on. We see these pebbles, different stones which are very hard to break. And these are naturally occurred gemstones which are very, very, very hard and crystalline. Now you have to search the substance which is the hardest in the world, which is the hardest known substance. and you will give me your answer in the discussion. You can search for this, you can write down your answer in the notebook. Okay? Okay, I'll tell you the answer. The answer is boron nitride and diamonds are the hardest known substances ever. Now your job is find out more properties of boron nitrides, carbides and oxides. And you have also need to gather some information about diamonds. Elasticity, what a wonderful property. Some substances are elastic. Now, I don't need to say anything about elasticity because you all know about elastics, rubbers, and we have been grown up by stretching rubbers, doing so many tricks with them. Generally, kids from 3 years old onwards have curiosity about rubbers and the elasticity. You must have played with such springs, colorful springs, when you were small, little. Now, can you stretch money? Can you stretch a note? No, you can't stretch a note. That was just a joke. But elasticity is a property. Generally, metals are not elastic. Some substances change their shape when a force is applied on them, but return to their original shape and size when the force is removed. This property is called as elasticity. The substance which shows this property is majorly rubber. Where do you see fluidity? Correct. Wherever there is water or liquid things around us, they all flow, but the speed of their flow might vary here and there. So we have to find out the fluidity of substances around us. I am giving you this as a project. For this project, I am giving you one reference video, which the URL of that video will be, I'm giving you in the description of this video. So you click on that URL, see that video on YouTube and do this project, where you have to take various liquids which are available at home like honey, glue, water, hand sanitizer, cooking oil. Take all these different liquids. Then you have to take a slanting metal surface like OTG plate or any aluminium plate that you have in your house. Keep the stopwatch in hand and keep one drop of that particular liquid at the top and see how much time that drop takes to come to the end line. Compare all the timings and write down in a tabular form. That is your project. We will discuss about your readings on coming Tuesday. Let's learn about solubility. Solubility म्हणजे विरघळण्याची प्रक्रिया. पाण्यामध्ये आपण मीठ विरघळवतो, पाण्यामध्ये आपण साखर विरघळवतो. हे रोजच्या जीवनात आपण ज्या गोष्टी करतो, that is nothing but process of solubility. Now let's learn and see important factors affecting solubility. The scientific definition for solubility is the maximum amount of substance that will dissolve in a given amount of solvent at a specific temperature. Now, why there is a description about temperature? Because there are two direct factors that affect the solubility. विरघळण्याची प्रक्रिया टेम्परेचर आणि प्रेशर मुळे बदलू शकते. If you increase the temperature, the solubility increases. Can be vice versa if you change the solvent. If you use other than water, like there are so many different solvents in chemistry, like water, alcohol, organic solvents. There are n number of organic solvents present today. So solubility affects by temperature and pressure. Next important point is temperature affects the solubility of both solids as well as gases. But pressure only affects the solubility of gases. So if you increase the pressure, the gases which you want to get solubilized in the solvent will increase. But temperature affects both the factors, solubility of solid in liquid and solubility of gases in liquid. Both the factors can be affected by temperature. If a solid does not dissolve in a liquid, it is said to be insoluble in that liquid. For example, salt is soluble in water, but salt is insoluble in kerosene. Do it and observe yourself. When we can look through a substance and see things on the other side, then that substance is called as transparent. This property of the substance is called as the transparency. We use metals everywhere, starting from our daily chores to huge machineries in factories all over the world. So let's get to know more about metals and their properties. We'll see all these properties of metals one by one. Malleability, ductility, thermal conductivity, electrical conductivity, sonority, luster, and characteristic color. You must have heard these names. Substances like copper, gold, iron, aluminium, all these substances are called as metals. Metals are found in form of minerals deep inside the earth. Minerals from the earth's crust are then processed to obtain pure metal out of them. Malleability is one of the greatest property of metals, by which we can hit them and without shattering they can hammered into sharp and long sheets. This property of metals are called as malleability. Then another great property of metals are ductility. Metals can be stretched and drawn into thin wires. This property of metals are called as ductility. Thermal and electrical conductivity of metals. Now metals are very good conductors of heat and electricity. This is why they are used for pots and pans and in electrical circuits to carry the current. Now what is conduction exactly? To understand this concept better, you can do this experiment, or else we will conduct these experiments when you start coming to Science Park. Now assume that you have a long rod of metal which is connected to a shaft at one end. At the another end, we are giving heat to that rod with a Bunsen burner. Now if you keep thermometers attached to various positions on the rod, as you started heating this end of rod, temperature at this point will hit highest. Temperature at this point will be at the middle somewhere on the thermometer, and here there will be least heated point. Now how this happens? We have seen particle arrangement or particles. We have seen the particle scene of metals, or in solids they are arranged they are neatly packedly arranged with each other and they vibrate very slowly. So as you give heat to them, they are heated, particles vibrate more vigorously. So they knock into neighbors' particles and transfer their heat to them. The neighboring particles in turn knock their neighbors and pass the energy to them. Thus, heat is carried along the rod from the hot end to the cold end. Now this we often observe when we sit for campfires. The heat transfers from the hot part to the colder part in air. Right? We even see this when we go for a camps and we do our cooking with the flame. The flames, the heat is going in this direction all over. And when we use metal pans, then the heat get conducted and food which is inside the pan get heated, and that is how we cook our food. Now my question is, why do we use plastic handles for pans or utensils that we use for cooking? Now let's see these last three characteristics of metal. Now they are sonority, luster and characteristic color. Sonority is the ability to produce a sound when struck. Metals are sonorous. They produce a specific sound when struck with a hard object. Now there are so many instruments where we use fine wires of metals to them. When we struck these wires of guitar, it sounds with different modes of music. Metals are lustrous. They are shiny when they are polished. That is simply a characteristic of metal. Luster is the way light interacts and reflects off the surface of metal. Every metal have characteristic color and shine to its surface. Like we always get to know, if it is shiny yellow, it is gold. Little less shiny and yellow, it is always copper. Pure copper is reddish. Bye bye for now.